Well, hello, Elisa, and welcome to my gazebo on this hot and sunny day.
Delighted to be back, Wallace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a new question for me.
I do indeed, yeah,
So
I do.
what is that, if I may ask?
Okay, well, further to our conversation in the gazebo last week, where we discussed the ego. And I think the point we'd gotten to was that the ego isn't a bad thing, but that the ego is nearly, for most people, for many people, it's our operating system. So that when you go to make a decision, important decision in your life, your ego will kind of click in and do it for you. But my understanding, and from what I read, you sent me a link to an article, and I read that. My understanding, I think, is that to become more in tune with our spiritual self, if we're on a path of trying to tune in more to that inner guidance, we have to recognize that the ego, although it's not a bad thing, we need to kind of recognize when the ego is making major decisions, where our inner guidance, really, we should be allowing that to make these major decisions for us. So my question this week is, how do you know? What are the signs that tell you when your inner guidance, when your ego is making a decision and you're not relying on that wonderful inner guidance that we all have?
Okay. Well, it's very easy to do it. All it takes is a little bit of awareness.
Okay.
So instead of being in the world and making decisions kind of on autopilot, because that's what your conditioning will encourage you to do, just make a decision according to your own operating system, as it were, yeah?
Yeah.
So, to tune in to your inner guidance, what you do is, if you're in a situation that's emotionally charged, and you've got to make a decision, like, how do I deal with this?
Okay.
First of all, you detach yourself from the various perspectives of the argument. Maybe if this is an argument you're having with yourself, you detach yourself from the various perspectives of the argument with yourself.
Okay.
If it's an argument with a couple of friends and you're having a meal and there's an argument about what to do next, you detach yourself from the various perspectives of your friends. If it's a problem and you need to solve the problem, like, for example, you're designing something, as I used to do, you detach yourself from the various possibilities and solutions. And by detach, I mean just do not be focused on a particular perspective or a particular argument.
Okay.
Right? So you take your attention away. It's inner guidance is not about trying. It's the opposite of trying. It's a relaxation response.
Okay.
So in other words, even if passions are high, you relax and let go. And when you relax and let go, your awareness expands.
Okay.
And it sees the different possibilities, the different arguments, the different solutions. And it's more inclined to be open to the possibility or the solution or the argument that will resolve the situation for everyone. Does that make sense?
It makes absolute sense. So, contra to what we're all inclined to do, which is make a snap decision. And, talking about ego, the very basic kind of, you think, oh, someone with a big ego, right? So let's say you're someone who's used to making you're a business owner, or you're, in charge of a certain project in work, and you're used to making these decisions on the spot. So that is your ego making those decisions. That's not you coming from a place. So you're saying that if you step back and detach from the situation itself, just try to step outside of it and see all of everything, all of the possibilities, then the right decision, you don't force it, it comes to you.
It comes to you, and that's your inner guidance. When that decision comes to you, and you'll know that it is the right decision for that moment in time, because it actually meets all the needs of the situation, whether those are the needs of different people you're in communication with, or different aspects of a problem or an issue that you have. And there's a sort of a magic in it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because you arrive and you don't actually work it out, you don't figure it out, you just relax, ask inwardly for help if you want.
Okay.
That can really help. Just like if you're into praying, you say a little prayer, or you can just inwardly orientate yourself into being open to the possibility of receiving what you need to know.
Okay.
And then into your consciousness with a different energy, a peaceful energy, a holistic energy will come a way forward for you that will really give you the best possible outcome in that particular situation. And that's very different from an egotistical response, if that makes sense.
Yes, because it's not then necessarily about you and your perspective, it's about the good of everyone.
Yeah. It's about everyone's perspective, and it's about you become then a facilitator and a peace builder through the capacity of your awareness to understand everybody's point of view and to create a solution that works for everybody, or if it's a problem you're facing, for every aspect of the problem. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, and it sounds like it would be something very much worth trying the next time I'm faced with a problem or
Yeah.
a project.
The only thing I would say is it's not about trying. That's very, very important. It's a relaxation response. It's a peaceful response. It's about letting go. They say let go and let God, let go and let the divine guide you in that moment.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is, and it's fun to you can certainly
I'm sure
practice
it is.
Certainly practice it, but I would encourage you not to try it.
To practice it. The whole point is to not try.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And it's amazing how effortless life can be when you're in that zone.
The art of effortless living.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Wallace.
Okay. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.